Hey everyone, it's Amy Lynn Durham, and you're listening to Create Magic at Work. Create Magic at Work is on a mission to equip senior leaders with tools they need to be a true servant leader and actually understand what that means. Improve employee engagement, retain top talent, and transform your workplace culture to have less stress and drama. So, let's start making magic. Hi everyone. Welcome to the 3-part mini-series, Create Magic at Work, Practical Tools to Ignite Human Connection. I'm going to share in a 3-part series some ways that you can make an impact with your team in the workplace that are unique, that bring heart and human connection to the workplace, and also improve employee productivity, profitability, and employee morale. So take a listen to this quick mini-series and you'll get a ton of ideas that you can use yourself, and hopefully I will inspire you to get your creative juices flowing and you'll come up with your own unique ways to ensure that your workplace culture is amazing. Part 1 of the mini series, we're going to talk about quick ways to make an impact. First, I want to start off by having you think about what your meeting environment is like. So for in-person meetings, make sure if you're the one leading the meeting that you get there early to set up the room. And oftentimes in the corporate world, we show up to a meeting room. There's chairs, there's a table, there's maybe a projector for presentations, there's places for laptops, maybe there's a few snacks, some drinks. I want you to take it a step further. What is the energy of that room that you're holding that space for other people feel like? Leadership presence is not about what you wear, how sharp dressed you are, and what you look like. Leadership presence is, can you operate from a high level of wisdom, compassion, and love, and then emanate that feeling to all of the corners of the room that you're in? This is the quick way to make an impact. For in-person meetings, get there early. I love this. I know it might sound woo-woo or cheesy, but bring an essential oil diffuser. Put a certain blend of oil in the diffuser for the energy that you want to create in the room. Often I would use lavender because it's known to raise positive vibrations, or there's all sorts of different blends that you can get that have different names like motivation or balance or something stimulating if you're really having a deep planning session and you want everyone to function at a high level. So just add that little magic to the room. And I already mentioned the snacks and the drinks. That really helps because if people are stressed out and hungry, their brains won't be open to creativity and possibility. Don't forget about that PQ. The goal is to make your employees or your team as comfortable as possible so their creativity and inspiration can shine through in the meeting. Now, if you are working virtual, I get it. I had a team pre-pandemic that was geographically located in completely different spots. So a lot of things we did was by phone or virtual. So if you have a budget, it would be really cool to send each person on your team a little at-home meeting kit. Whatever you come up with, I don't want to give you all of the ideas, but whatever you come up with that helps them have a stress-free environment in their home workspace. So maybe you send them a little mini diffuser, or maybe you send them something that we're about to talk about next, which is something that brings them gratitude or something that makes their workspace just a little bit more peaceful. As an executive coach and a spiritual intelligence coach, I would be remiss if I didn't mention starting off a meeting with some breath work or standing or moving around or shaking the body if that feels appropriate to you. Those are some really great ways to get everybody present and to be able to focus, because everyone's coming into these meetings leaving their outside life and their brain is probably going 100 miles an hour thinking of what they need to get done, where they need to go, all these different things. So before you get started, take a moment, have everybody put their feet on the ground and do a few deep breaths. Just, you don't have to sound woo-woo if you're not comfortable with this. Just say, you know what? I want everybody to be present here, and I want us to really bring value to this meeting. So everybody make sure your feet are flat on the floor, put your hands on your knees, close your eyes, and let's take 3 deep breaths together so we can all get present with each other. Really focus on what we need to do. Tip number 2 is kicking off the meeting after that breath work with some gratitude sharing. The best way that you can connect your team to where they want to work in a harmonious way is through expressions of gratitude. Grateful people sleep better. Gratitude improves self-esteem. Gratitude enhances empathy and reduces aggression. So after you do that breath work, a great way to kick off a meeting with a group or an individual is to start by sharing what they're grateful for. Start your session off with each individual reporting on what they're grateful for that day, week, or month. And they can choose something related to business or their personal life to help create a connection with the overall group. And remember, just pointing this out as a leader, remind everyone to be deep and brief. I love that phrase, deep and brief, because your time is valuable and you know you need to get to a lot of items in your meeting agenda. Tip number 3 is creating appreciation anchors. So you've already created this amazing meeting environment. Now you've done some breath work to get everybody present in the meeting. You've asked each person to share what they're grateful for the week, deep and brief. Everyone's created that human connection. They're present with each other. So now that you've done this and you've heard maybe throughout the past few weeks, people sharing these gratitude moments, you can take it a step further with a meeting activity and ask everyone to create an appreciation anchor for themselves. So a huge part of being able to manage stress and anxiety is having an emotional management strategies. And one of the ways to facilitate this is to have an appreciation anchor. And according to the Institute for Health and Human Potential, the brain cannot experience fear and appreciation at the same time. Appreciation releases counterchemistry that increases perspective, energy, and complex thought. An appreciation anchor pushes back on our negativity biases. So in the past, I've created appreciation anchors for many events with teams, coworkers. I particularly like to use crystals because they have deep energetic meaning. They're from the earth. I make custom crystal pouches that match company's mission or vision or values, or I'll just make a positivity pouch for people to hang on to. If I'm coaching a leader and they're about to go up on stage and speak to a large crowd, you wouldn't be surprised if they were a client of mine to find a crystal in their pocket that's anchoring them in the situation, giving them confidence, and that little thing they can reach in and feel that in their pocket and feel when they're getting stage fright, feel like everything's going to be okay. So that's just one example. People love receiving positive anchors like this. And what I encourage you to do is use this strategy to have each individual come up with their own. Your team will know what works for them as far as bringing gratitude and appreciation and those feelings into their day. And so a really cool way to do an activity via Zoom or in person is you've been collecting these gratitude moments throughout the past week. Well, now you can challenge your team, your coworkers, to create an appreciation anchor for themselves and then share what that is. A lot of people choose a photo of their child or a memento from a lost parent that they hang on to. It's something that brings them joy, or a pet, something that reminds them of their pet that they can hold on to when they're triggered in the workplace. There's a lot of creativity out there, so let it run wild and see what each individual comes up with. Like I mentioned before, you can tie appreciation anchors into your company's vision or mission for a great tangible item that will remind your employees of your culture. And some other ideas include stress-reducing pamphlets, books, daily affirmation calendars that have quotes or tips for relaxation or instructions on how to breathe and center oneself. Hey, Magic Makers, Amy here. Listen, I wanted to say to all of you, don't get hung up on the word spiritual. Spiritual intelligence is a faith-neutral practice, and it can be accessed by almost anyone. Your spiritual intelligence experience will be unique to you, and often it starts with making wise and compassionate decisions for yourself, and also working on boundaries and protecting your energy. Let me help guide you to lose the stress and overwhelm and feel that deeper sense of meaning in your life. Spiritually intelligent people practice making wise and compassionate decisions, even under great stress, and maintain inner and outer peace while doing so. You can't fake spiritual intelligence, but with some inner work, you'll be able to feel and exude this energy, and everybody around you will notice and want to follow suit. Think about what your ripple effect is in this world and how you want to leave it. If you're interested in going on this transformational journey, reach out to me. Email amy@createmagicatwork.net or go to createmagicatwork.net/work with me. Sending magic to everyone. Tip number 4. On that note, affirmation cards. So I like to use positive affirmation cards, and these, you would be surprised at the magic that this brings to individuals. I know sometimes it can feel a little hokey or cheesy. You can't deny the magic, though, that happens when you do this. So you can find these cards on Amazon. Just, you can just type in affirmation cards, and you can sort through them and pick ones that are appropriate for the workplace. Whenever you have a mixer or an in-person mixer, or even at the end of a meeting, you can do this. You put together a bowl containing the cards with the inspirational affirmations or quotes listed on each one, and you can mix a bunch of different packs together. At the end of your meeting or session, as they walk out of the room, or, everyone can stand up, they close their eyes, they sort through the bowl, and they pull the card meant for them from the universe. You would be surprised at what happens doing this little activity. Have them take a deep breath, have them reach into the bowl with their eyes closed and pull out a life affirmation quote that's meant specifically for them. And you phrase it like that in the beginning, like, okay, I'm going to go around the room. Everybody close your eyes. You're going to reach into the bowl and you're going to pull a message specifically meant for you. And I often say from the universe, whatever language you'd like to use. And if they like, they can read the message they received to their peers and share their thoughts. Let them keep the card as a reminder of the message they received. This is a quick, influential way to end a meeting and leave everyone with a positive, inspired mindset. People seem to just get what was meant for them. And I experienced chills, people getting the chills, people getting jaw dropping, and just that warm feeling that they're affirmed and that they are supported. And years later, I get pictures. I get tagged with pictures on social media of the card. People hang on to these and they look at it for appreciation and for just that feeling that everything's going to be okay. So those are my 4 quick ways to make an impact from the Create Magic at Work mini-series, Practical Tools to Ignite Human Connection. Just a reminder, the first was make sure you have a really strong meeting environment where people can utilize the space in the most productive way possible. The second was sharing pieces of gratitude. The third was creating an appreciation anchor. And the fourth was using these quick affirmation card, have them close their eyes, pull a card out, message meant for them from the universe. So I know there's so much more out there, and I know everyone has so much more creativity. My hope is that you use this 3-part mini-series as a jumping off point to dive into your inspiration, innovation, and creativity and create your own cool things that you can do to ignite human connection in the workplace, improve profitability and productivity, and increase employee morale. Please share your thoughts with me. I would love to hear them. And if you came up with any ideas of your own, I'd love to keep the creative juices flowing here. So thank you so much for listening. Stay tuned for part 2 of Create Magic at Work, the mini-series, Practical Tools to Ignite Human Connection. Sending magic to all of you. Have an amazing day. Hey everyone, it's Amy here. Thank you for listening to the latest episode of Create Magic. Please come back often and subscribe, rate, and vote the podcast. Keep joining us for more exciting episodes where we help you transform workplace culture to systems that create less drama and stress and have high productivity and profitability. You can get your own tools for the workplace at createmagicatwork.net. I have a new Create Magic at Work, the journal that just released, and it invites about different themes for work and your career. Each section of the journal contains a topic, an affirmation, and 2 prompt questions to help you journal your thoughts. Topics are inspiring others, mentorship, expansion, and productivity. So connect with me at createmagicatwork.net. Also with me on LinkedIn, Amy Durham. Sending magic to everyone, and see you next time.